Hello and welcome to LMU Community TV News. I'm Ashley Collingsworth. I hope you're having a great week. Now let's turn to the stories that we have for you today. Over 400 degree candidates participated in Saturday's spring commencement on the campus of Lincoln Memorial University. Reverend Daniel Paul Matthews, Rector Emeritus of the historic Trinity Church on Wall Street in New York City, delivered the graduation address. During the exercises, he received an honorary Doctor of Humane Letters for his lifetime of charitable efforts and service to humanity. 127 associate, 124 baccalaureate, 159 master's, and 25 doctoral degrees were conferred during commencement. Among those graduating, it was the 5th graduating class of the LMU Duncan School of Law, with 17 individuals receiving their Doctorate of Jurisprudence degrees. Reverend Matthews was born in Chicago and spent the first 20 years of his ministry in an Episcopal priest in Tennessee. On September 11, 2001, Matthews witnessed the second plane fly into the World Trade Center South Tower from his parish's offices. He was forced to evacuate with his staff and children from the parish preschool. Trinity's historic chapel, St. Paul's, across the street from the World Trade Center, served as a 24-hour center of refuge and relief to the emergency workers for 8 months following the attack. Matthews has made appearances on all 3 national network evening news shows and many others as an advocate for and commentator on the church's post-September 11th mission. Well, coming up this Saturday, DCOM will hold their spring commencement at 10 o'clock, followed by the J. Frank White graduation at 1 o'clock. During commencements, all graduates and families must park in the front upper parking lot of Tex Turner Arena. The campus shuttle will run to transport guests from various parking lots on campus directly to the front doors, but that schedule is still being worked on. Faculty and staff, along with those needing handicap parking, and the platform party will park in the back lower parking lot of Tex Turner Arena. Now, you must present your faculty staff identification card in order to park behind the arena. The Lincoln Memorial University community is mourning the passing of Dr. Joseph C. Smitty. Dr. Smitty passed away on Monday, May 1st at the age of 96. Smitty, a 1948 graduate of LMU, retired from the LMU Board of Trustees in 2011 and was honored with the title Trustee Emeritus at that time. During his tenure, Smitty was a member of the Development Committee and Museum Committee of the board. Smitty also served on the University of Virginia's College at Wise College Board. Following a 3-year tour of duty in the Army during World War II, he earned a master's degree in biology from Peabody College. He completed additional graduate work at the College of William and Mary and the University of Tennessee. Smitty also has been recognized with honorary doctorates from LMU, the University of Richmond, and the College of William and Mary. In 1954, he became part of the founding faculty of Clinch Valley College of the University of Virginia, which would later become UVA-Wise. In 1956, he was promoted to dean, and in 1958, he rose to director of the college and was appointed chancellor in 1968. A native of Jellicoe, Tennessee, Smitty has credited his first wife, Rosebud, who died in 1981, for his success as an administrator. His son, Dr. Joe Frank Smitty, a pomologist in Kingsport, Tennessee, serves on both the LMU board and the UVA College Board. His daughter, the Honorable Elizabeth Smitty Wills, is Chief Judge in Wise County, Virginia. Smitty was also known for his passion for bluegrass music. He led the famous Reedy Creek Bluegrass Band, which played throughout the region. An annual Papa Joe Smitty Mountain Music Festival is held at the Cove Ridge Center at Natural Tunnel State Park in Duffield, Virginia. In lieu of flowers, the family is asking that donations be made to the Joseph C. Smitty Scholarship right here at LMU. The DeBus College of Osteopathic Medicine and LMU Sports Medicine are hosting pre-participation physicals for area high schools. The physicals will be held on Saturday, May 20th, beginning at 8 o'clock that morning in Tex Turner Arena. Each area high school will be given a scheduled arrival time. The cost is $25 per athlete, and all money raised will then be donated back to each individual school as a fundraiser. The purpose of these pre-participation participation screenings is to meet the requirements for participation as set by the Tennessee Secondary School Athletic Association, the Kentucky High School Athletic Association, or the Virginia High School League. The standard exam performed during the screening will be performed by LMU DCOM board-certified physicians and is based on the guidelines set forth by the American College of Sports Medicine, the American Medical Society of Sports Medicine, and the American Academy of Pediatrics. For more information on this event, you can contact Donald Grigsby, LMU's head athletic trainer, at donald.grigsby@lmunet.edu, or Dr. Dwan Perry, Director of Sports Medicine and Assistant Professor of Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation, at dwan.perry@lmunet.edu. We'll keep it right here because we've got more news coming up right after the break, so don't go anywhere.
Did you know parking over tall, dry grass can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Got a quarter?
Every time I hear the alarm bell go off in school, I think it's an air raid.
A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed. I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close.
I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us.
But I know it's all gonna be worth it. I just want my family to be safe. But these are not my words.
These are not my words.
These are not my words.
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham, bam, minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
Welcome back. Middlesboro Coca-Cola Bottling Works Incorporated has announced that it has signed a non-binding letter of intent with the Coca-Cola Company to expand the bottler's distribution territory in the Somerset area. According to a news release, the agreement includes the acquisition of territory in Lincoln, Rockcastle, Jackson, Pulaski, McCreary, Wayne, Clinton, and the southern portions of Cumberland and Monroe counties in Kentucky. The intention is to integrate Middlesboro and Somerset teams into a Coca-Cola unit to deliver exceptional service to southeastern Kentucky. It is important to share with the current Coca-Cola franchise customers that Middlesboro Coca-Cola will remain exactly the same. Officials anticipate that the transaction will close in the later part of 2017 and that the company will be fully operational in the Somerset market beginning in early 2018. More information will be shared as they progress through the acquisition process. The headquarters for Middlesboro Coca-Cola Bottling Works Incorporated are located and will remain in Middlesboro, Kentucky. For more information about the company, you can visit www.mccbw.com or follow Middlesboro Coca-Cola on Facebook. The full Claiborne School Board met in its first regularly scheduled committee meeting last week and spent nearly 2 hours going over several items of business. A large amount of time was spent debating the merits of two tiny tracts of land that are located on the grounds of Powell Valley Elementary. The two tracts measure roughly 0.8 and 0.8 of an acre and are situated alongside farmland recently purchased by a private entity. During discussions on the topic, it became obvious that selling one of the tracks could place the school system in a dangerous situation that would landlock the sewage treatment plant that serves the school campus. If the property is sold, the new owner could build a fence along the property line that would cut off any future expansion of the treatment plant. The school board will officially vote on the matter during its regular scheduled monthly meeting on May 11th. This meeting will be held at the Cumberland Gap High School. Now, due to a conflict in scheduling, the next monthly consolidated committee meeting will begin at 6 p.m. on May 18th inside the Central Office Boardroom. Coming up this weekend, Wilderness Road State Park will be hosting its annual Raid at Martin Station, where hundreds of professional reenactors step back in history to recreate life on the frontier during the 18th century. The raid is historically significant to the area and American history in general. During the 1700s, Shawnee warriors and the British aligned themselves and would stage raids on the settlements in the area, and one of those settlements was Martin Station. The reenactment will focus on the first battle where the militia managed to win. The battle will take place at 1 p.m. and another at 8:30 p.m. Around 500 reenactors will attend this event. These performers come from all across the United States and even from other countries such as Australia and Austria. Besides the battle, visitors will be able to tour militia and Shawnee camps, purchase items from merchants, learn about different tasks that were performed, and listen to live music performed by Sons of Liberty and learn about all aspects of the frontier life. Outside of this event, this month is dedicated to demonstrating life at Martin Station. Reenactors will be showing the day-to-day life of the frontier with gunsmithing, blacksmithing, hide tanning, 18th century gardening, cooking, and other activities the men and women of the frontier had to do. For more information on the raid on Martin Station and other upcoming events at the Wilderness Road State Park, you can visit the park itself, which is located at 8051 Wilderness Road, Ewing, Virginia, or visit www.dcr.virginia.gov. We'll keep it right here on LMU Community TV News as we've got more news right after this break.
This time of year, what do you give? When it's your extra concert, game, or special event tickets to VetTix, you're giving our nation's service members and veterans an amazing experience they'll cherish forever. Plus, you're helping America's heroes de-stress, decompress, and strengthen family bonds. Your gift will do more and mean more than you can imagine. This holiday season, don't just give. Give the experience. Give the memory. VetTix. Give something to those who gave. For more information on how you can make a difference right now, go to vettix.org.
Daisy is 6 years old, and she is my very best friend. I couldn't live alone without her. I spend a lot of time in my backyard. I feed the birds and the bees. I love my flowers. The color in my garden keeps the pink in my cheeks. I was very independent and thought I could take care of myself. I fell and I had to have Meals on Wheels. I love them. They're my savior. And I look forward to volunteers because they've all become my friends. My name is Lola Silvestri. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Welcome back. The U.S. Marshals Service are continuing their search for 2 escaped inmates out of Lee County. The 2 were last seen early Wednesday morning. The U.S. Marshals say Kamal Kaza and Salah Muhammad walked away from the USP Lee prison camp. Federal officials say the inmates were discovered missing from the prison camp around 5 o'clock Wednesday afternoon. Both men are serving sentences for nonviolent crimes and are not considered armed and dangerous. 35-year-old Muhammad is described as having black hair and brown eyes, standing 5 feet 5 inches tall and weighs approximately 170 pounds. 37-year-old Kazaa is said to have black hair and brown eyes, standing 5 feet 10 inches tall and weighs approximately 225 pounds. The U.S. Marshal Service says citizens should use caution if they do see these inmates and report any sightings to the U.S. Marshal Service at 276-628-9402 or 540-857-2230, or you can email usms84.tips@usdoj.gov. A reward for information leading to their capture is set at a total of $5,000 or $2,500 per escapee. The federal prison camp in Pennington Gap is a minimum security facility that houses about 115 male inmates. The Middlesboro Police Department, Kentucky Department of Probation, and parole officers arrested a local man on Friday for multiple drug charges and parole violations. 58-year-old Joel Wilson was arrested in a Winnebago motorhome that he was living in behind a vacant building. The departments received multiple tips of drug use and parole violations that led police to the scene. When they arrived, they searched the motorhome and a significant amount of narcotics were allegedly uncovered. Several drugs were found that included oxycodone, morphine, hydrocodone, and more. Along with the drugs, a .45 caliber handgun, $2,267, and many items that were related to drug paraphernalia were found as well. Wilson is charged with probation violation, 4 counts of first-degree trafficking a controlled substance, third-degree trafficking in a controlled substance, trafficking marijuana, and possession of a handgun by a convicted felon. The trial over a 2015 Greenway stabbing death of a Knoxville woman is set to begin this week. Timothy Eisen will head to court in the murder trial of 42-year-old Stephanie Fairbanks. Jury selection was scheduled to begin Monday morning. Police said they do not believe that Eisen knew Fairbanks when they said he stabbed her on Third Creek Greenway back in May of 2015. Knox County prosecutors said in January 2016 they are seeking a conviction that will put the Knoxville man behind bars for the rest of his life with no chance of parole. At the time, District Attorney General Charm Allen was also signaling she would not seek the death penalty against Eisen. Witnesses recalled the attack in the summer of 2015 during a probation cause hearing. A witness testified she was riding bikes with a friend and saw Fairbanks walking toward them on the Greenway with Eisen very close behind her. When the cyclist got within 40 yards of Fairbanks, Campbell said the victim tried to get away. She said Fairbanks screamed for help and the victim was attacked. Campbell went to help and she testified that Eisen just walked away after stabbing Fairbanks. When he was only 14, Eisen attacked a couple in their Holston Hills area home. He was placed in juvenile custody until he turned 19. After that incident, he later was convicted of assault in Kentucky. Well, be sure you keep it right here on LMU Community TV News as Brandon Burke brings you the latest information in the world of sports from right here on campus to around the region. So don't go anywhere.
So we were walking to school.
I started thinking about lunch. Mom packed me turkey and cheese.
She's
I really
smart.
want cheese pizza.
Sometimes her mind wanders.
We should have a sleepover.
I remember saying, Laura?
I think I heard Mom say something.
The sign says don't walk.
Sometimes it's so overwhelming.
I really hope she doesn't have
I really
another
hope I
bad
don't
day
have another bad day at school today.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. Go to understood.org, a free online resource with support and tools to help your child thrive.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. It's gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. Yeah, Dad. We're getting so wet.
like to eat apples and bananas. I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
One in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Welcome back. The Lincoln Memorial men's golf team, coming off of the South Atlantic Conference Championship Tournament just 2 weeks ago, is now preparing for more postseason action as the 2017 NCAA Division II South-Southeast Regionals begin on this Monday afternoon and will conclude on Wednesday. The Rail Splitters will be competing in their 4th NCAA tournament in program history as the 54-hole 20-team tournament is set to take place on the Fighting Joe course at RTJ Golf Trail at Muscle Shoals in Florence, Alabama. After placing in a tie for 6th place in the South Atlantic Conference postseason in Salisbury, North Carolina, Lincoln Memorial will have their work cut out for them in the next 3 days as 16 of the top 20 teams in the field currently sit ranked in the top 20 in the nation in Division II. Among those 8 are the top 8 squads in the country, those being West Florida, Lynn, Berry, Nova Southeastern, Florida Southern, Lander, Florida Tech, and Lee University. Lincoln Memorial, who sits at the number 18 spot in the national rankings, have already opened their play in the event as the Rail Splitters were paired with number 3 Berry and number 10 Newberry for the opening round at 12 o'clock noon on Monday. The top 7 teams remaining at the conclusion of the tournament on Wednesday afternoon will then go on to the NCAA Finals, which will take place May 22nd through May 26th in Kissimmee, Florida, as 29 out of the last 32 national champions have come out of that South-Southeast Regional. To keep up with the Rail Splitters' 4th NCAA tournament in program history and to find out how Lincoln Memorial fares over the next 3 days, you can visit www.lmurailsplitters.com for more information. The Tennessee Smokies, fresh off of a 5-game home series with the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp, will now travel to Jackson, Tennessee for another 5-game set, this time on the road. After getting the better of the Jumbo Shrimp in Game 1 on Wednesday by the score of 2-1, Jacksonville would strike back the following day in Game 2, winning 6-2. Friday's scheduled Game 3 contest was postponed due to rain in Tennessee, so the makeup for that outing took place on Saturday afternoon, which would turn out to be another Smokies victory, 7-4. The scheduled Game 4 would also be postponed, however, later in that same day, so the final 2 outings in the 5-game series had to be played in doubleheader fashion on Sunday. Tennessee would continue their momentum in Game 4, snatching their 3rd victory of the 5-game set over Jacksonville by the score of 9-2, before the Jumbo Shrimp closed out the series with a 3-0 win on that road. The Smokies would have the last laugh, however, coming out on top in the series 3-2. Tennessee now comes out of the weekend holding the 2nd place spot in the Southern League North with an 18-12 record early on in the 2017 season. Their opponent over the course of the next 5 days will be the leader in that division, the Jackson Generals, on the road. Games 1 and 2 against the Generals, who stand at 19-10 overall, will get underway on Monday and Tuesday at 7:05 p.m., while Game 3 on Wednesday will have first pitch at 12:05. The final 2 outings in that 5-game set on Thursday and Friday will commence at 7:05 from Jackson, and then the Smokies will return home to Kodak for another 5-game series, this time with the Montgomery Biscuits beginning on Saturday. For more information on the Tennessee Smokies, you can head over to www.smokiesbaseball.com. Well, for the first time since their opening season in 1998, the Nashville Predators are headed to the Western Conference Finals in the Stanley Cup playoffs. On Sunday afternoon from Bridgestone Arena, the Predators defeated the St. Louis Blues 3-1 in a crucial Game 6 to advance 1 series further to the NHL Finals in the 2017 postseason. After upsetting the Chicago Blackhawks in the opening round of the playoffs by a staggering 4-0, the red-hot Predators headed into their Western semifinal series against the Blues looking to make history, and that they did, besting St. Louis 4-2. In Game 6 from Nashville on Sunday, it would be the Blues that would strike first at the 2:04 mark in the first period, grabbing an early 1-0 lead. Unfortunately for St. Louis, that would conclude the scoring for the visitors on the day, as the final 3 scores of the contest went to the Predators, the first coming right before the end of the second period at the 35-second mark. 2 more scores from Nashville in the third period clinched the series victory over the Blues and a trip to the conference finals for the first time in the franchise's 20-year history. Nashville became the first team on either side to advance to the conference finals and will await the victor between the Anaheim Ducks and the Edmonton Oilers. That series currently sits deadlocked at 3 games apiece, with Game 7 looming on Wednesday. The Oilers defeated Anaheim 7-1 in Game 6 on Sunday to push the series to a winner-take-all 7th contest, with the winner facing off against the Predators with a shot at the Stanley Cup trophy on the line. To keep up with the 2017 Stanley Cup playoffs and Nashville's historic postseason, you can visit www.nhl.com/Predators. Well, the 2017 NBA playoffs resumed on Sunday afternoon, and the double-digit victories keep on coming in the association's postseason. Early on in the afternoon from Toronto, the Cleveland Cavaliers defeated the Raptors by the score of 109-102, a 7-point margin of victory. That Game 4 contest, sending Cleveland to their 3rd consecutive Eastern Conference Finals, now stands as the only game out of those 15 matchups in the second round that saw a final margin of victory under 10 points. Later on in the evening on Sunday, the Washington Wizards held down their home court for the 2nd consecutive matchup, blowing out the number 1 seed Boston Celtics 121-102 to even their series up at 2 games apiece. The Houston Rockets would perform equally as well at home as they got the better of the San Antonio Spurs 125-104 to send the series back to the Spurs' home floor, tied 2-2. The 2017 conference semifinals is on pace to be the most lopsided in NBA history in terms of margin of victory, as on Monday night, the number 1 seed in the West, the Golden State Warriors, looks to sweep the Utah Jazz on the road to become the 2nd team to advance to the conference finals. As of Monday afternoon, every single contest in the second round of the playoffs, except one, has seen a double-digit margin of victory as the 2017 NBA Finals looms closer and closer. And that is all for sports over the weekend, but stay tuned as more LMU Community TV news right after this.
What do we know about learning? It takes place beyond the pages of a book. We learn by exploring, by trying new things, by connecting, by sharing. We learn by taking chances and dreaming big. At Lincoln Memorial University, learning is beyond the books. It's everywhere.
Guess what? I have some news for you. There's free food right there, junk food. You see that truck? Oh, jeez. It's a 2 Michelin star chef. All for free, ladies and gentlemen. All for free.
Here we have a panzanella with summer vegetables and pesto. Enjoy. How we doing?
Fantastic. So what do you got going on underneath that plate there?
This food is really about to be thrown away.
Yeah.
Bro? Is there something wrong with this food? Where did you get it from?
From farmers markets. They put aside the ugly vegetables and the ugly fruits.
Carrot top, soft avocados. It was all food that was going to be discarded.
Even the drink you had is made from like a little bruised peach. Did it taste a little bruised?
Great. It was good.
The average person throws away 24 pounds of food a month.
That's a lot.
Isn't that a lot? Go visit SaveTheFood.com for more information. Thank you. Junk food time!
And that is going to do it for this week's LMU Community TV News. Thank you for joining us today. We will see you again on Thursday. For everyone here at LMU Community TV, I'm Ashley Collingsworth. Have a great week.